Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, pursuant to Standing Order number 44-2C, I wish to make a statement regarding government directive compelling all operators to have cargo for local market and transit to the hinterland by rail through the standard gauge railway to the newly established Naivasha Inland Container Depot, NICD, for your guidance on the best approach to handle the matter. Honourable Speaker, last year, all government agencies and departments and all other operators were directed to transport all their cargo from the port of Mombasa through the standard gauge railway, a matter which I raised in this House, and you gave directions to be investigated by the relevant committee and report. The findings were that the said directive, published on 6th of August 2019, was suspended, a position that has also been confirmed by the Ministry, as this is a matter of national interest. Honourable Speaker, on May 26, 2020, the government through KRA notified all cargo operators at the port of Mombasa, who includes partner states of Uganda and Rwanda. The KRA has commenced movement of transit cargo from the port of Mombasa to the newly established Naivasha Inland Container Depot as from 1st of June 2020. The reasons given are that there is need to decongest the port of Mombasa, improve efficiency of the facility, and further, Mr. Speaker, to contain the COVID-19 pandemic. This means that all owners of cargo, both private and public, as well as clearing agents, will clear and collect their cargo at the Naivasha depot, as a list of cargo has already been transferred to this facility. Honourable Speaker, arising from the above notice, a number of issues have arisen from the implementation of this new directive, where cargo is to be cleared and collected at the said facility. Among them is a lack of giving operators an option of transiting to the new process and equally choosing a mode of transportation of their choice, unclear cost of railing cargo by the SGR, fears that the final cost of goods will be affected while road transport may be cheaper. This, Mr. Speaker, is a deliberate effort by government to put road transport companies out of business and generally harm the entire economy of the coastal region. Currently, Honourable Speaker, there is already an issue which is brewing between Kenya and its biggest trading partner, the Republic of Uganda, and of course cargo operators from the neighbouring countries, that the option of using the Naivasha Inland Container Depot for transit cargo does not reduce human or congestion, as drivers still have to pick cargo from Naivasha to their destinations. Therefore, the use of NICD be optional for all operators. Honourable Speaker, it is therefore against this background that I seek your direction on this matter, that a full inquiry be undertaken to address the impact of the proposed notice on transit cargo and hinterland cargo, that they are to be made in phases rather than by rapid transition. I therefore request the government to undertake an inquiry on how to sustain the SGR, to provide the latest statistics on the cost and usage of the SGR, and clarify who should use the SGR exclusively, as it is important to have a liberal market where private businesses can choose the mode of ensuring goods reach the intended destinations or customers. The other matters that need to be addressed, Honourable Speaker, are: 1. What informed the notice on transit cargo by the Minister of Transport, Urban Development, Housing and Infrastructure with regard to the current economic problems bedealing the sector? 2. What is causing the true congestion at the port of Mombasa, and what plans are there to reduce the congestion as well as address the port efficiency? 3. How is addressing the COVID-19 pandemic a measure of decongesting the port of Mombasa? 4, Mr. Speaker, whether the notice on this cargo issued is contrary to the Competition Act. And 5, finally, Mr. Speaker, why could the Ministry allow cargo operators and clearing agents the option of choosing the Naivasha Inland Container Depot or use any other facility that is acceptable by law? Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
So which committee is going to investigate that? You have not directed. You've indicated that you want me to give direction.
Actually, Mr. Speaker, considering that this is something that had already been dealt with the Transport Committee, and equally as well, that this now involves the Competition Act, as I had stated, it is why I am requesting your discretion, whether it should be both finance and equally transport as well.
Why not implementation?
Or trade.
Why
Or
not?
implementation. I agree that would be first an implementation committee, yes, sir.
Yeah, I think because if the House has already resolved in a particular way, then what remains is implementation. So the Committee on Implementation should get seized of your request and check what was the decision reached in the first instance.
I stand guarded, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.